Welcome back. My name's Mary. Thanks for coming by my channel, and please like and subscribe. On my channel, I plan to do reviews, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, maybe some other kinds of reviews, and just other kinds of content. And today I actually have just a chit chat video for you. I'm going to talk about just my sort of perfume story and how I got into Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret, and also the channels that I love watching on YouTube to get info and inspiration about those kinds of things. So stay tuned for that. And once again, thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I just want to start off talking a little bit about my perfume backstory. Like, why do I care about perfume? And I don't really know the answer to that question. Some people love makeup, some people love bags, some people love perfume, some people like none of that stuff. So I have just always liked perfume from the time that I was a teenager, basically. So, I just remember once I was like old enough to go to the mall and to go to Macy's or whatever and like sniff around, I was like very intrigued by perfume, like Angel by Thierry Mugler. I remember like seeing the ads for that, seeing that at Macy's and like really wanting a bottle of that. But I was a teenager, so I would, maybe like get one bottle of perfume as a gift or save up to buy a bottle of perfume. I think I had like a Burberry or something like that, that I would wear back then. But then I got a job in the restaurant business and I worked through college, and I would use my money to buy perfume. Not like crazy, but I would sort of. So I used to read this blog called Now Smell This. And I don't know if it's around anymore, but the writer of the blog was named Robin, and she just, you know, had a lot of great stuff on there. She did reviews, she did just like what's coming out, stuff like that. But it was like very focused on like niche fragrances and like high end fragrances. So that's kind of what I became interested in. So I was like reading about these like kind of hard to find or expensive perfumes. And then I would like kind of think, oh, I really want to try that. And I would just sort of like decide on what perfume I wanted next to sort of save up for, give for a birthday or something like that. I didn't have a huge collection because I was just sort of like occasionally getting myself like a nice bottle of perfume, whether it was from Nordstrom's or, I think once I went to Saks or Neiman Marcus, but like I really don't like going in stores like that. They intimidate me. And then eventually at some point, I was living in Virginia and in Fairfax. This store is still around. Arielle Shoshana is in the Mosaic district, so they have niche perfumes, and that was like when I went to that store, it was like a transformative experience. So I was just like, oh my God, I've never seen these perfumes in person that I've been hearing all about on these blogs. It kind of continued like that for a while through my 20s and 30s. I just always loved perfume. I loved reading about perfume. Sometimes I would get little samples of perfume that were like discontinued, or like even like historical perfumes that like aren't made anymore, just to like learn about the history of perfume. So I was kind of like into that aspect of it for a while as well. So now I just want to talk about like why why now do I mostly buy Bath and Body Works. So yeah, let me just get into that because that's a big change. So I don't know, I just had this mental shift. So basically, a couple years ago, I just kind of wandered. I'd tried Bath and Body Works before, but I was like kind of a snob about it. So I was just like, oh, it's not really for me. And then, yeah, like 2 or 3 years ago, I just like kind of wandered into SAS of winter. It was after Christmas. I was on my Christmas break. I'm a teacher, so I was like, oh, I'll just go in here, just look around. And I started like sniff around. I was like, these smell really good. And it was SAS, so it was like, $4, $5, $6 for a bottle. And I was like, I've been spending so much money on just like one bottle, and I can go here, I can get all these different scents for, you know, less than $10. And I think I remember getting like cashmere, snowflakes and cashmere, and a couple other scents from that like winter, and like, this smells so good. So that kind of just got me on the body mist train, where I was like, wow, they really have some good body mist out there. And I think that more and more body mists are kind of a thing, and they smell good, and they smell almost comparable to higher end fragrances. So I just kind of switched gears. I kind of got away from the hard to access, expensive fragrances, and more into these like affordable fragrances. And Bath and Body Works led me to Victoria's Secret, which, you know, has all these mists and stuff too. So yeah, and I just kind of entered the world of Bath and Body Works content. And, you know, I used to read a blog that was like back in the early 2000s, and now everything's on YouTube. So I just started looking on YouTube for Bath and Body Works Victoria's Secret content. So that brings me to the part of video where I just want to talk about sort of like shout outs to some of the Bath and Body Works and body mist kind of content creators that I've been watching for these past couple years, and really enjoying their content, just to like give them some love. And if that's something I always was kind of looking for when I'm new to anything really, I'm always like, oh, what are some good channels about this thing? So I just thought that might be helpful to someone who's also just getting into Bath and Body Works type things, and or maybe they know about some of these people, but they don't know about the others. So I just have a quick list here. I'm just going to talk about each creator. I'll link or at least list. I don't know if I can link their channel, but I'll at least like list their channel name down below if you want to check them out. Okay, so these are kind of in order of the size of the channel. That's kind of just a coincidence. I don't know. That's just like how my brain did it. So yeah, some of these you're like, probably if you search for Bath and Body Works review, it's going to come right up. Others maybe, you know, aren't, because they're smaller channels, but they still have really good content. So yeah, my first on my list is Bonnie from Queen of the Girl Geeks. So she is extremely prolific. She's been doing Bath and Body Works content for a long time. She used to have a blog apparently, and now she does the videos. And she posts like 3 videos a day or something like that. Like, she's always posting videos. She also does like some other brands, like candle brands, which I'm not really like super into candles, so I don't usually watch those. But she posts reviews, just like overviews. If she just gets a set, she'll just kind of talk about like, oh, well, this is the new line, and then she'll do like an in-depth review a couple days later. And she's just so sweet, and I commented on her video once, like, you're just like the aunt I wish I could talk to about Bath and Body Works stuff, because no one in my family actually cares about fragrance. So I'm all alone here in my love for fragrance. So yeah, Bonnie, Queen of the Girl Geek, she has a big channel, so you're likely to come across her videos if you're searching for anything about Bath and Body Works. Another big one is Leah Janae. I'm not sure if that's how you say her middle name, Janie or Janae. I hear it said both ways. She's a big creator. She's been around for a long time, and she does Bath and Body Works. She also does like makeup tutorials, and she does like shop with me stuff as well. So her Bath and Body Works content is like less frequent because she has all this other kind of content, but it's very good when she does do a video. So if she does come out with like a review of like a line, like, she is really good with like the everyday luxuries, because she also like, Bonnie only really does Bath and Body Works, so she's often like not able to compare the mist to like a high-end perfume, especially with like the everyday luxuries. But Leah Janae, she's like really good at like knowing what smells like what other like high-end perfume, because she also does collect those. So she's got a great channel. There's Chris from This Guy Shops, and he does like unboxings. He does reviews. He does like store walkthroughs, stuff like that. So the thing about Chris is he lives in Columbus, I think, Columbus, Ohio, and that's where my husband went to college in Columbus, and that's where the Bath and Body Works headquarters are. And he went to design school, so he said a lot of the designers would go on to get a job at Bath and Body Works after they graduated from design school. So, anyways, since the headquarters is there, I think they tend to like, not that they have test stores, but they tend to get the product faster. So a lot of times Chris will have like something that is either like a little less common, like he had like the full size Daffodil Daydream in his store, or he'll just get stuff like maybe a little earlier. So if you're like really excited about something and you're waiting to hear what it is, he might know like a little faster than other people, just because he lives near those, near the headquarters. At least that's the impression that I get. And he just seems really nice, and he's always got, you know, a lot of fun fun things to talk about. Okay, then let's see. There's Melissa C, and she actually is a Bath and Body Works employee, and so she's kind of got like the inside. Not that she doesn't give anything away, because I think that's like they're not allowed to do that. So she doesn't give anything away she's not supposed to, but she just kind of talks about it from that perspective. And she sometimes does like showing her setting up a display or something. And she gets gratis as a, like, she'll get like sort of freebies. So she'll talk about the gratis that she chose. And she also has a big collection of like older scents. So a lot of times she'll talk about like her collection, do, you know, the word I'm looking for is escaping me, like organizing her collection, that kind of thing, and going back and looking at these older scents. Theresa Ann 83 is her channel, and she is just, I really like watching her because I feel like I'm just watching someone kind of like myself. Like I think she works full time. She has a daughter. I work full time. I have children, so I like watching her because I feel like she's the same kind of peer group as I am in a way. And I tend to like her. I tend to agree with her. Like we have the same scent preferences as well for the most part. So yeah, she posts a lot too. She does just reviews. She'll get like a line of something and review it. She might do like declutters and things like that, but mostly she does reviews. And she just seems like so nice and so personable, and I just always sort of like just love just chilling and watching one of her videos. Let's see. There's Skyler Capri. She does a lot of like what's coming videos. So not so much reviews, but just like saying like, oh, this is coming out. But she does reviews as well. But I'd say she does a lot of just sort of like what's to come type of videos. And once again, just seems like a really nice person and kind of fun to watch. There's Jade Halona. She does like a good mix of like, because most of the people I've been listing so far are like mostly Bath and Body Works, but Jade does like a lot of Victoria's Secret stuff too. So I like that because I also like Victoria's Secret and Pink Scents. So she does like What's New Wednesday. She does Fragrance Friday, and then she'll do like unboxings and stuff like that. So she puts out a lot of content, and she's always posting those different like series of videos. There's Cammy's Corner, Cammy with a K, because I tried to look it up and I was like, oh, it's with a K. There's a lot of Cammy's Corners with a C. So Cammy's Corner with a K, and once again, she's kind of reminds me of Theresa, where I'm just like, oh, she's like another sort of like mom, like me, like loves fragrance, but like a busy mom, doing her thing. And she does a lot of candle stuff too. So, I'm like, once again, not super into candles, but I do like candles. So I also will watch some of her candle videos, and she'll do hauls, and I think she'll do empties and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's my list. Not that there's not other great creators out there, but that was just my list of the Bath and Body Works creators that I tend to watch. They're usually suggested to me on my page. There's other perfume, blogger, not blogger, it's not blogger per se, but like content creators I watch, but I didn't include those because like they're like perfume, not Bath and Body Works. They might occasionally talk about Bath and Body Works. So, anyways, hopefully that just gives you like a little tip if you're looking for some more content. And once again, I just want to shout out those creators because I just enjoy watching them so much and I get so much out of their content. So I just wanted to also kind of do this as a thank you to them if they ever come across my video. Okay, well, that's all I have for you today. So have a great one, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.